Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have some major news. President Donald Trump reportedly is preparing to deploy black ops teams into Mexico to crush the drug cartels. That is right. You heard me correctly. President Donald Trump is preparing to send black ops tier 1 units into Mexico to smash the drug cartels south of our border that have brought so much pain and suffering and death to this country. We are getting ready to now go into Mexico and wipe these pieces of human filth off the face of the earth. I am filming this on November 3rd. All information in the video is up to date as of November 3rd. As I say, I have to say it all the time now. This is a rapidly fluid situation, rapidly changing situation. Things might be different down the road, but as of November 3rd, you have the most accurate information. Before we get started, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free, cost you nothing. Huge boost to the channel. Comment with your thoughts below. Do you want to see Delta Force and SEAL Team 6 crush the cartels in Mexico? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that notifications bell, all notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X D Hookstead. That is where you can find me on social media. My DMs are wide open. I think I might be coming down with a cold, so if I have a minor cough, I do apologize. But if you guys are coming here to watch, I'm going to keep pushing through. I'm not going to let you down. Now, let's get into it. We know that the Trump administration has been blowing up the drug boats. We have the military buildup off the coast of Venezuela. We have the aircraft carrier, the Gerald R. Ford, steaming into the region with 5 other guided missile destroyers. We've got submarines in the region. We've got spy planes in the region. We've got stealth fighters in the region. We have brought a ton of military assets and military power to bear in the Caribbean. Now, a lot of that is obvious. Well, not a lot of it. Almost all of it is pointed at Venezuela. It is for getting rid of the dictator, Nicolas Maduro. We don't like him. He's a piece of trash. He has allowed criminals and drugs to flow up to the United States. He gives a safe haven to Russia and China in our hemisphere. Can't tolerate it, can't allow it. He's going to go one way or another. But what has kind of flown under the radar is the cartels in Mexico, because the truth of the matter is the cartels in Mexico are responsible for way more drugs pouring into the United States than anything Venezuela is pushing out. That is just the fact of the matter. The cartels in Mexico have also been protected by the Mexican government for decades. That's just the way it works. They're pretty much one and the same. There is a level of corruption in Mexico that is almost hard to comprehend. Now, the new president, Claudia Sheinbaum, kind of has an interesting relationship with Trump. Publicly, she acts like she doesn't want anything to do with the U.S. She doesn't want U.S. troops in Mexico. But the reports are behind the scenes, she's actually very welcoming of the United States military as long as it is done covertly, because she doesn't want to deal with the drug cartels either. So if the U.S. military can come in and solve that problem for her, she's more than happy to accept that. And it appears like that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to put this on the stage. This comes from NBC News. This is a news report from November 3rd. It says Trump administration is planning new mission in Mexico against cartels. Current and former U.S. officials say the new operation would include troops on the ground, striking drug labs and cartel leaders, according to a current and former U.S. officials, though a deployment is not imminent. So we don't have an exact timeline for when the troops might show up. So it says the Trump administration has begun detailed planning for a new mission to send U.S. troops and intelligence officers into Mexico to target drug cartels, according to 2 U.S. officials and 2 former senior U.S. officials familiar with the effort. The early stages of training for the potential mission, which would include ground operations inside Mexico, has already begun, 2 current U.S. officials said, but a deployment to Mexico is not imminent. The 2 U.S. officials and 1 former U.S. official said discussions about the scope of the mission are ongoing and a final decision is not made. The 2 current officials said the U.S. troops, many of whom, this is key, the U.S. troops, many of whom would be from Joint Special Operations Command. That's JSOC. That's your Delta Force, your SEAL Team 6, your 24th STS. That's the Air Force Tier 1 unit. RRC of the Army Rangers, Task Force Orange. Those are your 5 JSOC units. Delta Force, SEAL Team 6, obviously specializing in direct action, specializing in kicking indoors, high-value targets, hostage rescue, killing the bad guys, saving the good people, protecting the innocent people. Those two units are the two best units in the world at what they do. And what they do is smoke out bad guys, and they do it in ruthless and surgical fashion. They are the most badass dudes on the planet, and that is who President Donald Trump is preparing to roll into Mexico to hit the cartels. It says they said officers from the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, would also participate. A U.S. mission using American forces to hit drug cartels inside Mexico would open a new front in President Donald Trump's military campaign against drug cartels in the Western Hemisphere. So far, the administration is focused on Venezuela and conducting strikes on alleged drug-carrying boats. The mission currently being planned for would be a break with past U.S. administrations, which have quietly deployed CIA military and law enforcement teams to Mexico to support local police and army units fighting cartels, but not take direct action. This is different. The Black Ops teams will be ordered to strike and kill cartels. They won't be there to advise. They will be there as a forward deployed strike unit to take out the bad guys. If the mission is given the green light, the administration plans to maintain secrecy around it and not publicize actions associated with it, as it has with recent bombings of suspected drug smuggling boats. And then down here, this is another key part. It says, under the new mission being planned, U.S. troops in Mexico would mainly use drone strikes to drug cartel labs and cartel members and leaders. 2 current U.S. officials and 2 former U.S. officials said some of the drones that special forces would require operators on the ground to use them effectively and safely. So that is what we have here. The United States is preparing, President Donald Trump is preparing to roll in Delta Force, roll in SEAL Team 6 in an unprecedented fashion. Now, here's a dirty little secret for everyone. Delta Force has operated in Mexico before against the cartels. It's just not publicized. Go look up Delta Force in the El Chapo raid, and you'll find out El Chapo, of course, was the head of the Sinaloa cartel that is now serving life in prison after being captured by the U.S. We rolled out Delta Force. We didn't take any credit for it. That's exactly what happened. Now, let me go ahead and put this on the screen. So what you see here are 3 retired Delta Force operators, and I actually asked them in an interview years ago. This was years and years and years ago, but we were talking about sending them into Mexico and what it would be like if they went up against the cartels. Let's watch what they had to say.
There you go. That's a
very Dave, to answer your question, yes.
It'd be done in a week.
We could fucking annihilate them if they use the proper forces to go do it. Yep, absolutely. Now, would it go away? I'm not saying it would go away. Would we put a fucking huge impact in it? Absolutely. Yep.
So right there, you have multiple Delta Force members saying on the record that if we have to go in and fight the cartels, we are going to, quote, fucking annihilate them. And quite frankly, that's a nice way of putting it. I'm going to pull this off the screen now. That's a nice way of putting it. People do not understand. They do not understand the difference between gangbangers, cartel members, and tier 1 operators. They don't get it. Tier 1 operators spend all day practicing to do the riskiest missions on the planet. They are in shoot houses every day. They are doing the most dangerous job there is, facing the worst people out there. And they have technology and support the cartels couldn't dream of. Now, do the cartels have some drone assets, some cheap drones, or what are they called? FPV drones. Do they have night vision? Sure. But you know what they don't have? They don't have the 160th source supporting them. They don't have Pano night vision. They don't have the best weapons money can buy, the best training that you can possibly get in the United States military. Push comes to shove. Our Delta Force operators and our SEAL Team 6 operators are going to roll into Mexico and beat the living daylights out of these guys. And that's exactly what should happen. These people have terrorized this country with drugs and violence. These people have inflicted an amount of pain you couldn't even calculate if you tried on this country. And at some point, we've got to push back. Now, we're doing it against the drug boats. We're getting ready to go into Venezuela. But you can't solve this problem as long as the cartels are still thriving in Mexico. So now, with coordination with the Mexican government, we're not trying to overthrow the Mexican government. The Mexican government is now inviting us in. We are going to go down there and unleash JSOC hell on these scumbags. and they have earned the fate that's coming to them. You know what they're going to do when a bunch of guys, when a bunch of operators with the night vision on get off a Black Hawk helicopter outside the little compound, lasers up, and just start unleashing on dudes? They're going to piss their pants with fear. That's what they're going to do, because they have no idea what they're up against. And it will be justice served with the pull of a trigger. And they have earned that ending to their story for all the damage they have done on this country. So I can't wait to see it happen. It's Sicario, the movie Sicario from Taylor Sheridan. Great film, one of my favorite films. It is Sicario come to life. And it is going to be brutal. It is going to be overwhelming, and it needs to happen. And President Trump is now going to send the orders in to make it happen. And I also want to say this, because I was making videos about this subject all the way back in like March, February, April, and a lot of people in the comments were like, Trump will never send Delta Force into Mexico. Trump will never send JSOC into Mexico. Well, here we are. It's November 3rd, and now the report is the plans are being drawn up. We are getting ready to rock and roll. So I don't want to pat myself on the back for that, but I think it's fair to say I called that one quite accurately. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. How do you want to see President Trump smoke out the cartels in Mexico with Delta Force and SEAL Team 6? Let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys absolutely nothing at all. Huge, huge, huge boost to the channel. Hit that bell. All notifications on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, XD Hookstead. That's where you can follow me on social media. My DMs are wide open. I do apologize again. Doing my best to not cough, push through whatever illness I might be coming down with. But I will bring you guys new updates when we have them. Until then, I'll see you all next.